Hi everyone, my name is Mary Beth. Welcome to my channel. So today we are doing another message from the divine. Again, this can go two ways. This is for people who are serious about getting into twin flame union, or as well as people who are serious about evolving, growing as a person. You don't have to have a twin flame to enjoy these readings. I do this for twin flames because that is my specialty. And as a twin flame, I have learned to really take this knowledge and run with it and to evolve into a whole new person. It's like I'm shedding some old skin here. And so I'm sharing this with everyone else to help others. And so let's get started. All right, so I pulled some tarot cards, and you got Ten of Swords reversed. Okay, this has to do with a very painful ending. It looks like, well, it's reversed, so it looks like some of you are getting over a painful ending, or this could mean you're about to go through a painful ending if you are already in twin flame union. Either way, a lot of twin flames are in and out. It's just a break. Don't worry. It's just a break. It's not permanent. Okay. But anyway, so the Ten of Swords energy is showing us that, we are completing some kind of situation here in a very painful way. And but I think for a lot of you, you are coming out of this because it is reversed. You also got the Sybil of Swords reversed. So for some of you, you have learned not to be so sharp with your thoughts or your words. So, okay. So usually when this is upright, this tells me this is someone who is speaking their truth, and this is somebody who is like, very like like they, like they just have clarity. They have mental clarity, they're sitting on their throne. They they don't speak with harsh words, but when it's reversed in this deck, it usually means there are harsh words and harsh thoughts towards their counterpart or other people. And so they're asking you not to. They're asking you not to be so harsh with your words or your thoughts towards your twin flame. And when you do, um, and when you do that, the Eight of Wands comes in. So this is something. This is fast moving. Like it's whatever situation that you're looking for will come in fast. Okay, but right now I feel like you're getting over a painful situation. They're asking you not to feel sharp or feel slighted, or they're asking you not to send negative vibes towards your twin flame. And when you do this, it'll all come, messages will come in. Wands is about passion, a very passionate message will come in, okay? And the reason why I say that is because, and I know I say this on every video, but when you're sending negative thoughts, or even if you're overthinking, or if you're being like rigid, cold, or dry in any sort of way towards your divine masculine, then your divine masculine will remain protective, will be aggressive, that type of thing. Maybe not aggressive, it just depends on the twin flame, but they react in a certain way, okay, based on what you're showing. They are going to react. I'm sorry. However you're imbalanced, they will also be imbalanced. Okay. And so when you get out of this and you become more compassionate and more intuitive, and you send loving, playful energies towards your twin flame, that's when they will feel that energy and they will come in with that passionate message, is what I'm getting from these tarot. Okay. And then for others who are not interested in the twin flame journey, it could just be that a situation is ending and maybe you're not seeing the truth in the situation. Or maybe for those of you who are in a twin flame relationship, maybe you're not seeing the truth, maybe you're not seeing the clarity in it. And the Eight of Wands is coming in to give you a message from somebody, something. There's some kind of communication, some kind of message is going to come in. Doesn't have to be a twin flame, okay? But maybe something you don't really see the clarity in. You don't have clarity yet, or maybe this will bring you clarity. Maybe this message is going to bring you clarity. Maybe so. There's like a few ways to read this, but anyway, all in all, try not to be harsh in your thoughts with anyone. It's just kind of a deprogramming, because when somebody hurts you, it's easy to feel hurt, and then hurt people, and so on and so forth. Obviously, when there was a painful ending, but you have to heal yourself and then show compassion to yourself and show compassion to your twin flame. All right, so the next card you got is Rabia, the queen of saintly women. I am in service of divine love. I move the way love asks me to move. So, if I remember her story correctly, she was enslaved, but she devoted herself to God, and she was all about service to the divine. And so they're asking you to do the same. So, okay, so picture this: she's enslaved. Okay, when you're a slave, you know how you're treated extremely badly. And and instead of wanting to get back at anyone, instead of feeling like she needed revenge, or sending harsh thoughts towards them, instead she decided to be in service to the divine. And so in her service to the divine, it meant showing love to everyone, no matter what. And even if they enslaved her, it was showing love to everyone and anyone. And so they're asking you to do the same. So in this scenario, it seems like many of you weren't treated very well in this situation. And, perhaps you were feeling like you wanted to kind of cut through everything. And, so for some of you, maybe you're just cutting through to get to the truth of the matter, why this happened. But for some of you, maybe you have cutting words, and maybe you're not feeling, again, very positive towards your twin flame, or somebody else, if this is a different situation. And so they're asking you to be in service to the divine. That's what the twin flame relationship is about. It's about being unconditionally loving. Okay, and so this kind of love is what's going to heal the world. And they put you through this really harsh situation to get you here, because it's easy to love someone that's good to you. It's easy to love someone that's loving towards you, but it's not easy to be unconditionally loving to somebody who treats you like that. It's so not easy, right? To unconditionally love someone that treats you like that, or even to conditionally love someone. So what what they're telling me is that they are asking you to um, unconditionally love your twin flame, or whatever the situation is to you, and that will heal you, that will heal the earth, that will heal humanity. And you're loving just because. Like, you're not loving for any particular reason. You're not loving because, oh, they're this or they're that, because of this or because of that. You're loving just because you're devoted to the divine. That's it. You're loving people just because that's what it means to be the divine feminine. When you're the divine feminine and you are deprogramming yourself, and you are rewiring your brain, and you're coming out of the matrix, and you're leaving the 3D, that is why you are the divine feminine. Only 2% of the world is doing this. And you are in devotion to the divine. You're in devotion to them. And so because you signed up for this, And the divine is asking you to unconditionally love others, especially your twin flame. You're doing it for the divine, you're doing it for humanity, you're doing it for source energy, you're doing it for the good of the planet, you're doing it the good for, you know, source energy. You're doing it for the good of humanity. Okay. So that's what this is about. Okay. It's a very tall order. It's a very tall order, but that is what they are asking you to do. Have unconditional love for even those who didn't treat you very well. All right, the next card you got is hobbies. So they're asking you, so if you're, and it doesn't matter if you're already in twin flame union, but for those of you who are in separation, now's a good time to start new hobbies. You know, there are things out there that you maybe wanted to try. There are things that you probably have a gift in that you didn't even know. And it's just easier to figure that out while in separation, while you have time. Um, or for those of you who are in twin flame union, so what? Go for it. You know, do what makes you happy. That's what they're telling me. Do what makes you happy. You know, the twin flame union is not about putting all of your attention on the twin flame. You're not supposed to nourish their energy. That doesn't work in it's not a codependent relationship. It's a 5D relationship. And so when you're focusing on yourself and bettering yourself while in twin flame union, they want you to have your own hobbies. They want you to fulfill and they want you to fill your own cup. All right. The next card you got is stand still. Okay. So for many of us who are in twin flame separation right now, they're asking us to stand still right now. They're asking us not to go forward, not to reach out at this time. There's probably some healing going on. So it does look like in this picture that somebody is either praying for someone. So you see what she's doing. So she's kind of like on her knees, kind of just like looks like she's cupping her hands together or putting her hands on her heart. And it's almost like she's sending loving vibrations. And while he's just standing here, like kind of looking down, like somberly. So, what they're asking you to do is stand still, allow him to heal, because this is his journey. And then, of course, whatever position you're in, just switch it, of course. And then allow, and then just feel, just be like what we just talked about. You know, just send unconditional love. You're standing still. You're not physically doing anything, but you're sending unconditional love, and that's going to help heal your divine masculine side of you, which will manifest in the 3D. All right. The next card you got is aloneness. This is traditionally, I believe, the hermit card, and that is about shining your light. This also looks like, to me, looks like, well, this is the number 9. So I believe this is the hermit card, but it looks like he's going on a spiritual quest as well. Okay, so aloneness. So that's not a negative thing. You are not, you know, lonely. This is not that. This is not a. So if you're feeling lonely, just know that this is about aloneness. And it's so funny because you know what they're showing me? Ugh. Anyway, it actually reminds me. It actually reminds me of Course in Miracles, where where it says oneness. So see, if you take away the AL, it says oneness. Okay. So aloneness, and you take away the AL, it's one. It's like this is knowing that you are all one with everyone. There's no such thing. You're never alone. You're always in oneness with everyone. Okay. Always. And so this person who's walking by himself on this spiritual quest is not feeling lonely. They're not feeling alone. They're feeling the oneness in their own spiritual journey. Because that's the whole journey, right? The whole journey is to feel at one. And the reason why I said A Course in Miracles is because they're all about the atonement, which they say is about like at one mint. It's all about the atonement. It's about at one mint. Anyway, I just noticed that that's what they were telling me when I was showing this card. to show you the oneness. You're never alone, ever. You have an entourage of spirit around you. And plus, the energies of everyone never leave you. I know you know this because I know you're always feeling other people's feelings. You're feeling other people's energies no matter where you go. People are connected to you no matter what. Okay, but that's you going on this spiritual journey in the oneness of all. And also because you are in this oneness of all, you're learning about being in service to the divine and unconditionally loving everyone just because, for no other reason. No reason that you love them, for no reason, whether or not they did this to you or not. Whether or not they did this to you or not, you love them anyway because you are in service to the divine. That's what we signed up for. The next card you got is the Internet of People. I see a theme here. It says, when we engage with everyday objects, we can choose to look deeper to appreciate the incredible world behind the object. Every product, service, or experience that makes up our lives, from the food we eat to the products we purchase to the streets we walk upon, exists because of the work, commitment, and love of hundreds, sometimes even thousands of people. This is the true Internet, the network of human beings who either directly or indirectly have made life as we know it possible. Pick an object today that you've never considered closely and take a moment to reflect on all the energy that went into its existence. May the appreciation flow. So, right, so imagine you're this person and you're walking, supposedly alone, okay? And like if you just think about the road that you're walking on, if you really focus on that road, realize how much energy went into building that road, how many people worked on that road, how many people put their time and effort into building that road for you that you could walk on. And you appreciate these objects. Like you just look at any object. If I just look at this object right here and I say, what what went into it, like what went into this polishing, like what energy, like what person thought about shaping this and for what reason and why. And it's like, and you look at a certain object and you tend to think about, since we are all one, appreciate the energies that went into every object that you see, or just everything. You realize the energies that are going, and it benefited you. And they knew this when they built this road that you're walking on. They knew it would benefit you, and so somebody out there did this for you, knowing that you would have, a clean terrain, a flat terrain, something that you could navigate, and then that's, you being appreciative of that. All right, the next card you got is Break the Chain. It says ancestral patterns, healing, rewriting the future. So, yeah, so you're breaking the chain. So, again, you guys are the pioneers, okay? You are the trailblazers. You're breaking the chain. So, we all have ancestral patterns, okay? Ancestral patterns, we all have some kind of, trauma that have happened in our bloodlines. Could go way back. It could be maybe just the last generation. I know my dad was in Vietnam, and that created a pattern in my household, okay? And so what they're saying is you're breaking the chain, you are healing the situation, and you are rewriting the future. And the divine's telling me right now to thank you, because and I like to talk about the emotion code. If you do, or if you could do my chakra cleansing or do the Hertz music. But I enjoy the emotion code that you can find on YouTube. And what you do is you are releasing trapped emotions that are inside of you that you may have gotten from your own ancestors, trapped emotions from other people, or maybe it's yours, maybe it's from your past life, but you're releasing trapped emotions. Okay, and then as you do that, you are rewriting the future, because when your children have children, they will no longer have these patterns inside of them, because you're releasing these trapped emotions. Okay. Also, Another way that you are rewriting the future is if you transmute with the violet flame. You could ask Saint Germain to help you to transmute any negative situations that are in your family, or even does because there is no such thing as time. It's just timelines, parallel timelines. Like if you want to wrap the violet flame around the Vietnam War, to say that instead let there be peace, like you are rewriting it, the past, and that will also help to rewrite the future, because there is no such thing as time. That's kind of a man-made matrix thing. And so right now everything's happening at the same time, so you could take any situation and rewrite it, and that will help rewrite the future. That is very powerful. And your future, so-called future ancestors, will be very appreciative of that, and they will have an easier life and not as much inner child work to do. All right, the next card you got. Look deep within your heart and you will feel my love. My love for you is as deep as the ocean. Wow. Okay, so yeah, and again, this is again has to do with the oneness. So this could be for anyone if you're not into a twin flame relationship, but being like knowing we are all one, and then you feel deep into your heart and you will feel everyone's love for you as well. This also could be your own twin flame, and as you unconditionally love your twin flame and feel deep into your heart, just because, not for any reason, not because of anything, nothing that they did, absolutely nothing, just because you're being devoted, just because you're in service to the divine and the divine love. That's the only reason. And as you do that, your divine counterpart will also feel that love and will love you as deep as the ocean. Okay, the next card you got is Forgiveness Heals. It says, Dear God and Archangel Raphael, I am willing to forgive myself and others in exchange for what I really want, which is peace and health. Yep, so when you forgive your twin flame, and when you forgive yourself, and when you forgive others, whoever it may be, maybe your ancestors or someone in your family, when you do that, you are also giving yourself peace and good health. Forgiveness is what will really kill people, not the coronavirus. It'll really be the low vibration. And when you're in a low vibration, that is when your own immune system is compromised. Okay, and then anything can really kill you. Because this is what I do for a living. I work with case managers. All I do is read medical records all day, and so there's a lot of illnesses out there. And so when you forgive yourself and you forgive others, now you're no. So if you forgive yourself, now you're no longer in shame, which is way down here. Or if you forgive yourself, you're no longer angry at somebody, and then you're at peace. You're way up here. This is healing the earth. This is healing others, healing yourself. Really good for humanity. Excuse me, I just got to take a drink of water. All right, the next card you got, Diamond. It says, value your self-worth. You are God's precious gem. Yep. So it's all about self-worth. Again, if you're feeling like ashamed, or you have to forgive yourself for some reason, or you're feeling unworthy of a situation, you don't feel this oneness with everyone. Because I think when you feel this oneness, you feel like, you're like part of a puzzle. You're part of, like you feel like how special you are. How important you are to the the realm of humanity. You are like without you, we're not whole. Everyone is needed. There's no one separate. If one person's missing, it upsets the whole apple cart. Okay, and so they're saying value your self-worth. You are God's precious gem. Always know that, okay? Love yourself. Raise your vibration. All right, the next card you got. I can never translate names, but it says Lord Maitreya. Lord Maitreya is head of the Great White Brotherhood, the beings whose auras radiate the pure white of integrity and high intention. Drawing this card suggests it is time for you to examine every area of your life carefully and practice purity of thought, word, and deed. You are asked to be an example of right living, for your light will then draw many to the ascension way. Your reward is the peace that passes all understanding and the joy of flowing smoothly on the higher path in life. And your affirmation is I connect with the great white brotherhood and radiate pure white light today. All right. So you're being asked again. It's almost like you're being devoted to like you're devoting yourself to the divine, and you are examining every area in your life, so that you are an example of right living, and you're going to draw many to the ascension way because you are a way shower, and it is going to be your peace, the fact that you're peaceful and the fact that you're joyful and that you're loving towards yourself. That's what's going to make people follow you, follow you as a way shower. All right, the next card we got. I like to have a question to ponder on, and so this one says, "What I like about myself is." So if you write a list of things, what I like about myself is. All right, and that will also help you to see your worth, your self worth. Um, Maybe some of you, not all of you, maybe some of you are working on your self worth, and it will be beneficial to write down everything. It doesn't, I would even say love about yourself. Like write a list. What do you love about yourself? Or if you want, like about yourself. All right, the next card you got is mask. It says not showing true feelings, hide, personify, pretend, delude, gaslighting. Okay. So some of you may be in a situation where your twin flame is not showing you their twin feelings. And maybe this is them. Maybe they're the ones that are not feeling their own self-worth. And when they don't feel self-worth, they don't want to show you their true feelings. Okay. But once you value your own self worth and you unconditionally love your twin flame, you are basically balancing out your own divine feminine and your own divine masculine energies just by doing that, unconditionally loving yourself and your twin flame, and that mask will fall. All right, the next card you got is okay, so what I did was I decided to get like messages from your divine masculine. And I just channeled it one day, like a bunch of messages that they might be feeling. And so for some of you, this is how they're feeling. Okay. And I know my own divine masculine felt this way at some point as well. And what it says is, I no longer want to be a part of this connection because you're making me face my demons. Now, again, this is a short break. This is not like a forever, where like you'll never be back together again. But my divine masculine also felt this way. Because when we were together, in a way, he kind of talked about this. And so what's going on is you're mirroring whatever's inside of them, just as they're mirroring stuff outside of yourself. So like for instance, with me, my divine masculine mirrored out of me not being emotionally connected to myself, which I didn't even know was a thing. I didn't even know people emotionally connected to themselves. Um, but because of the trauma in my life, I had disconnected myself emotionally from myself and others. That's just what I did. And so he made me face my own demon. So we all have demons inside of us that we're not even aware of or even ready to face. And so he had his own that I mirrored back to him. And this is going on in every twin flame. And the reason why this is happening is because of breaking the chain. So in another way that we are healing our ancestral patterns is that we're mirroring outside all this ancestral, like, programming. And, anything that may have happened in the past that was passed on to generation to generation to generation, whether it be, low vibrations, whether it be certain emotions such as lack, such as, anger, such as unforgiveness, it was passed on through and through our ancestral, generations. And so now we are rewriting the future. And the way we're doing that is we're mirroring out of each other our own demons that have been trapped inside of us. Okay. And so right now your divine masculine is saying this, but once they heal this, and it usually has to do with their inner child, they will be healed. And trust me, you don't want to be in physical union with them when they are facing their own demons, because it's quite painful. Some do though. Some twin flames do stay in union during this process. It does happen. It's very difficult though, and because they don't know what's happening, and I for one had no idea what was happening. That my own demons was being mirrored out of me. And I know it sounds like a strange word to use, demons. But the way I just use that word because it was just something inside of me that was making him feel like I wasn't emotionally connecting. And I wasn't emotionally connecting to really anyone. And it's sad. And so that had to be mirrored out of me. And I had to do a lot of inner child work to heal that. And so you and your divine masculine are going through the same process. All right. The next card you got is I witness the darkness and call on the light with my prayer. Thank you, universe, for guiding me to perceive this fear through the eyes of the teacher of love. Okay, I'll say that again. I witness the darkness and call on the light with my prayer. Thank you, universe, for guiding me to perceive this fear through the eyes of the teacher of love. So this is a good card for now. So especially since this coronavirus is going on, everyone is kind of going crazy. And so we're kind of witnessing the darkness, right? And we are trying to be the light, and we are calling on the light. And as light, we are kind of guideposts, where we are the lighthouses. And so we are teaching others through love by being the light. Not saying anything, not really doing anything, just being the light, just looking at the darkness and being the light and perceiving this fear with the eyes of love. So just showing everyone love, patience, compassion. That is going to guide everyone. Okay. All right. The next card you got is spiritual feminine balance, intuition. Yep. So when you're in your intuition and you're not overthinking and you're not confused, you're not flip-flopping. Oh, one day you're like, oh, I want to be with my twin flame. The next day, oh, I don't think I want to be. I think I'm just gonna like go on a dating site. So this is being in your intuition. This is being balanced. And so what this is doing is when you're balancing out, like just by using your intuition and not second guessing yourself, you are actually balancing out your divine masculine. By the way, if you ever want to look this up, I got this at the wakeupexperience.eu. That's where I found this chart. I love it. Okay. Anyway, so that is going to balance out your divine masculine just by being in your intuition. That's going to make him more focused and be more committed to himself, be more committed to you. Give your divine masculine direction. All right. And then if you're imbalanced, you may be feeling cold towards your divine masculine. If you are feeling cold, then that would be putting your divine masculine out of balance and might be making them feel a bit protective of themselves. Because, well, energetically, when you're cold towards someone, they're gonna, energetically, the other person's gonna want to try to protect themselves, right, from that cold. You know how it feels when someone's cold towards you. You want to get more protective. Well, that's how it is in the connection. Even though you're in separation, energetically, they can feel that. Okay. All right. The next card you got is 639 Hertz. Okay. And this is connecting / relationships. Okay. So this has to do with a modality and something that would help to heal this relationship and connect this relationship is listening to 639 hertz. And you can do this over YouTube, listening to, I'll listen to this hertz music at night when I'm sleeping. And it does something to the subconscious mind, and it will help you to connect. I don't know, this might be the heart chakra healing music, but anyway, it's very connecting with your relationship. The next card you got is parents. It says, the divine truth is that your parents eternally love you to the best of their ability. The angels are helping you heal from any pain associated with your mother or father. Well, that's interesting, right? Because we got the break the chain, ancestral patterns, healing, rewriting the future. So that tells me that some of you may have had a mother figure or a father figure, biological parents, step parents, something where maybe there was some trauma, and you're here to break the chain, you're here to heal it and rewrite the future. And perhaps you needed to hear that your parents eternally love you to the best of their ability. And again, what I'm hearing them say is it'll help you, of course. So it's funny because we're getting the forgiveness here. So maybe there's some forgiveness that needs to be done here, as well as the unconditional love card. So unconditionally loving your parents just because. Just because. All right. The next card you got is, if you fight for your limitations, then that's what you're going to get. So for those of you who are all about the limitations in the relationship, that you always want to point out all the limitations in the relationship, or limitations in anything, then what the divine is saying is that that's what you're going to get more of. Okay, so instead they're asking you to be devoted to the divine and unconditionally love just because, and not focus on other people's limitations. Okay, focus on your devotion to the divine and unconditionally loving yourself and unconditionally loving others, your twin flame. Not being the Queen of Swords, where you are, speaking harshly about your divine counterpart, or even sending kind of negative vibes. All right, and the last card you got is Isabella. It says, yes, the timing is right for this new venture. A happy outcome follows your positive expectations. Awesome. So yeah, they're just asking you to have positive expectations, okay? And the timing is right. Now, there is no such thing as divine timing. All it is a divine. Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on one second. Sorry about that. Okay, and so just to kind of go over this last card, so it's not about divine timing, it's always about vibration, okay? So when you're a vibrational match for the situation that you're asking for, especially if you're looking to get back into twin flame union, you need to be in vibrational match. You can get into twin flame union at a lower vibration, but it tends not to last at a lower vibration. For maybe some of you have realized that. So it is about vibration. Once you hit a certain vibration for a certain amount of time, then they will match that. Your twin flame is what I'm learning, and that is how you have a better chance of staying in twin flame union. Okay, but this is also saying a happy outcome follows your positive expectations. So sometimes it doesn't always look like the way we think it should, but sometimes it's better because like we have this thought process of what something should look like, how it should be done, or what the relationship should look like. And sometimes the divine, because they can see all timelines and they can see all outcomes, they know the best outcome. And that's why a lot of times they ask us to wait a little while longer, because they're trying to put something together that's better than what we came up with, or better than what we think is going to happen. Okay, something better. All right, and always expect miracles and ask for a miracle or something better. All right. Well, I do hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please like, subscribe, hit the notification button, and share. Also, if you're interested in a personal reading, please email me below. My email information is below. Also, I do life coaching on this with the Twin Flame Journey. Again, thank you so much for clicking on my channel, and I will see you next time. Thanks. Bye.